Phew. Hang on, sorry, Angie. Phew. Phew, I panicked then. I came and there was no one there. But I've had problems last week, so I've uninstalled, reinstalled, and hopefully it's going to work okay. Let me mute you. Yeah, so I found, those of you that are more technically aware than me, a Yahoo search thing had hijacked me and installed, and I think that's what messed everything up actually, so I've got rid of that, and hopefully no more problems with the Zoom. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I hope we're all good. I hope we've had a nice weekend. A couple more people might appear unless they're in a different meeting. Which is what was happening last week. I don't know why. Well, maybe it was the Yahoo thing. Okay, so I'm going to take it. We've had a few days off, haven't we? A few of us. So I'm going to take things a little bit more gently, but give you options if you want to make it more intense, basically. So remember, skip the vinyasas. That's if I remember. Skip the vinyasas if you need to. Do the less intense options if you want to. Listen to your body, enjoy your practice. They are the main things that I want us to do. And I've changed all the angle and everything as well, so hopefully that's okay. You can see everything. Okay, and we'll come to seated to start. So just coming to cross legs. Using your block to raise the level of your hips if you need to, or a blanket, or if cross legs really isn't comfortable for you, then any seated position is good. So whatever works for you. And then taking the flesh away from the sit bones, just starting to let your pelvis feel heavy. Start to let go of the weight of the legs, relax your shoulders, and then beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. So if you can, just come straight to the Ujjayi breath. So straight to that audible breath in and out through the nose. I'm just trying to put all of your attention onto your inhales and your exhales. Start to think about finding some more length up and down your spine. Using the inhales to find length. And then with the exhales, relaxing and softening around the length. Make sure that your abdomen is relaxed so that you can expand into it with your inhales. And with your exhales, just softening shoulders, hips, facial muscles, wherever you can. Just let go of tension. Okay, on our next inhale, we'll blink the eyes open. Somebody's just appeared. And then we're going to come straight into a deer pose. So if you're on a block, you might just want to come off your block. And then depending on which shin you've got in front, front shin is going to be parallel with the top of the mat, and then the other leg comes with the shin parallel with the side of the mat. So we're all familiar with this from our yin, or most of us are familiar with this from our yin. So it's kind of like a zigzag position with the legs. And then just come onto the fingertips in front of you, and I want you to just move around a little bit here and find where you feel resistance. So for some of us, that might be in front of us, it might be to the right, or it might be over to the left. Doesn't matter. Just find a place where you feel a bit of a stretch there. You can start to feel a little bit of resistance and just begin to gently move into it. So whichever direction works for you. Where are the stiff areas in your body? Somebody else appears. So just moving in whatever way feels nice. And try to stay with that nice evenness with the breath as well. So maintaining an Ujjayi breath if we can. And you might just want to move around a little bit, find The places that you need to move into, keep the shoulders soft, keep your face soft. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. And then you can explore as well. You can move around a little bit. You might want to come forward and just see how that feels. Just warming up really into our hip joints. Okay, wherever you are, on the next inhale, come back, and then we'll come to deer or zigzag legs the other side. So whichever shin it was that you had parallel with the top of the mat, switch, and then the other shin's parallel with the side of the mat. You can always pad out your knees if you need to. You can move around a bit if you need to. Just start to find where you feel resistance here. Hope you're back in, Taz. Yeah, you are, I think, aren't you? Okay. Moving in any way that feels nice. So it's going to be slightly different for all of us, this. Just find your tight areas. And maintain that nice evenness with the breath. And you can move around in whatever way you need to here. Okay, from here, when you're ready, on the next inhale, come back. And then we'll make our way straight over to all fours. So coming over to all fours, stacking your joints as always, wrists are below the shoulders, knees are beneath the hips. And then cat-cow with your breath. So inhale, tummy drops down, chin lifts, sit bones tilt. And then exhale, navel draws up, tailbone tucks and chin tucks. Just keep going at your own pace with your own breath. And you can just start to warm up into your spine, making the movements as big as feels appropriate for you. Just trying to synchronize the movement with the breath. Okay, we'll come back to neutral. And then on an inhale, take the right arm out to the side. And then as you exhale, tuck it under. Come down onto the right shoulder, down onto the right cheek. And then you can maybe reach that left arm forward is a nice option there. You could stay with exactly this if you want to. Or you can take your left leg out on a straight line from the right knee, get the whole of the sole of the foot down if you can, and make that into a stretch for the back of the left leg as well. The left hand can stay reaching forward, or you might reach it up. You might take it to the low back. You might even tuck it around the top of your right thigh. So again, it's whatever feels nice for you. You can, if you tuck the hand around the top of the right thigh, you can draw the left shoulder a little bit further open. But just try to maintain that nice evenness with the breath and stay relaxed. Okay, on the next inhale, unwind, come back up to all fours, and then inhale, left arm up, exhale, tuck it under. And again, make this stretch whatever you want it to be. Quite nice sometimes just to reach the right arm forward and stay with that. You can bring the right leg out straight on a horizontal line from the left knee and stay there, or the right arm can come up, bring it to the low back or tuck it around the top of the left thigh, and then you draw the shoulder open. So whatever feels nice in your body. If you're reaching the right leg out, try to get the whole of the sole of the foot down, and then you get a nice stretch all the way up the back of the right leg. Okay, inhaling to unwind, come back to all fours. When you get there, we'll tuck the toes and come straight up into downward facing dog, and then just moving in whatever way you want to when you get there. So pedaling, swaying, whatever. Do what feels nice for you tonight. Sometimes it's nice just to be static in downward facing dog, isn't it? So whatever, do whatever feels nice. See if you can stay with your ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. Okay, on the next inhale, we'll take the right leg up behind us. And then as we exhale, step it forward. So setting up for a runner's lunge. Come onto your fingertips. Let the hips sink down, chest lifts. Any amount, can you let the hips sink a little bit further down and then lift the back of the left thigh? Can you lift your chest a little bit more? Okay, I'm going to do some of these upright cat-cows. We're quite familiar with these now. So inhale, lift the chest, let the hips really sink down. And then as you exhale, folding over the front leg, straightening it as much as you comfortably can, and then inhale, come back forward. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. So if the floor is too far away, you can always use blocks here. Inhale, come forward, lift the chest, hips sink down. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward. Last one, exhale, come back. Okay, inhale to come forward. Then coming into your runner's lunge, just for a moment, can you start to shift the weight into the right foot? Bring the hands a little bit further forward, and then come straight into a supported warrior three. I haven't given myself enough space. Come straight into a supported warrior three. So again, that right knee can stay soft if it needs to, or better still, use blocks if you need to. So if the floor is too far away, please use blocks. And then can you reach away through the left toes? Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bend into both knees and tap the left shin down behind the right foot, and then inhale, come straight back up. And then exhale, dip down, tap down. Inhale, come straight back up. And again, exhale, dip down, tap down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, dip down, tap down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, dip down, tap down, and then this time we're going to sit down and come into a twist. So take the right arm behind you, inhale, reach the left arm up, and then as you exhale, hook the elbow and gaze over your right shoulder. So making that twist as intense or not as it needs to be. Okay, inhaling to turn yourself back forward, we'll bring the hands down. We're going to come straight back up into that supported warrior three. So the left leg reaches up, and then this time, can you bend the left knee and take the left knee out to the side? So it's almost like a dog lifting its leg. The left knee is reaching out on a line from the right hip, and we're trying to lift that left hip, knee up as high as we can. Inhale, as you exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. From there, we're going to push into the right foot and wobble our way all the way up to stand. Wobble, wobble. Bring the left knee into the chest. And then from there, can you cross the left knee over and come into eagle legs? And then maybe sink a little bit deeper into your eagle legs. Inhale from there. As we exhale, we'll uncross the leg, step back, find a crescent lunge. Settle yourself into it, adjust if you need to. Shoulder blades down the back. Can you come a little bit deeper into your crescent lunge? Inhaling crescent, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to lift the chest. As we exhale, twist. So left elbow to the outside of the right knee, press the palms together and rotate. Remember, a little bit of extra pressure with the right hand just helps you to open that left shoulder a little bit more. Can you keep lifting the back of the left thigh as well? Okay, inhaling to wobble our way back up to crescent, and then sinking a little bit deeper into the front knee. Can you start to think about shaving the outer right hip back, left hip presses forward, energize back through the left heel. Big inhaling crescent, and then as we exhale, we're going to find warrior two, back of the mat. So turning all the way around, left knee bends, warrior two. So again, just check your feet, adjust. Do whatever you need to. Keep the shoulders relaxing away from the ears. Shoulder blades press into the upper back. From here, flip the left palm up. Inhale, reach forward and find length, and then exhale, up and back to reverse your warrior. I say it every time, but keep it a side bend, not a back bend. Lift up out of the left hip. Keep opening the front knee out. Inhale to come back to warrior two, and then exhale, sink a bit deeper. Inhale there, and then exhale, bring the hands down so we're at the back of the mat. You can step back and go straight to downward facing dog, or you can come through a vinyasa, use the knees if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the left leg up, exhale, step it forward, runner's lunge, adjust. Do whatever you need to, get your blocks there if you need to. And then let the hips sink down, chest lifts, inhale, exhale, send the weight back, straightening the front leg as much as you can. And then inhale, come forward, hips down, chest lifts, exhale, send the weight back. Inhale, come forward, exhale, send the weight back. Inhale, come forward, I've lost count already, exhale, send the weight back. Okay, inhale to come forward. Let's shift the weight into the left foot, adjust the position of the left hand, come into supported warrior, 3 or half splits, just reaching up as high as you can through that right big toe. And then inhaling there, as we exhale, both knees bend, and we tap the right knee and shin behind the left foot, and then inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, dip down, tap. Inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, dip down, tap. Inhale, come straight back up. Exhale, dip down. This time we'll sit all the way down. So setting up for half Lord of the Fishes. Left hand comes behind you. Inhale, reach up through the right fingertips. And then exhale, hooking around the knee and twisting just as deeply as you feel comfortable. Think about the right ribs moving towards the inner left thigh. And then gently gazing over your left shoulder. Okay, inhaling to turn back forward, we'll unscramble. Hands come back down, lift the right leg up again, and then bend the knee, open the knee out to the right. So it's really warming up into the hip joints. Any amount, can you lift that right knee a little bit higher so it's a bit like a dog lifting its leg? I don't know how else to describe that. Lift the knee as much as you can. Can you lift up out of the left hip? And then bringing the knee in towards the nose, softening the left knee to stand all the way up and bring the right knee into the chest. Well done, wobble, wobble. From there, crossing the right leg over, finding eagle arms, sinking deeper into your eagle legs even, not eagle arms, not yet anyway. Sink deeper. Okay, and then inhaling to straighten into the left leg and hook, and then we'll step back for crescent. So just finding your way back to crescent and adjusting it if you need to. Shoulders down, heavy with the tailbone, ribs in. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale for a twist. So right elbows to the outside of the left knee. Press the palms together to rotate. A little bit of extra pressure with the left hand just helps you to draw that left shoulder back a little bit more. Okay, inhaling to come back forward, wobble your way back up to crescent and then sink deeper into crescent. Outer left hip back, right hip presses forward. Heavy with the tailbone. Energized back through the right heel. Okay, big inhaling crescent. And then as we exhale, warrior two, all the way back round to the front of the mat. So bending into the right knee, inner left thigh lifts. Shoulders down, shoulder blades press in. Big inhale there. As we exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back, straight to downward facing dog, or through a vinyasa. Up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths. 1. So calm your breath. 2. Think about the shoulder blades beginning to move up your back. 3, can you press your shin bones back in downward facing dog? 4 and 5. Okay, we'll do that again. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. So runner's lunge, adjust when you get there, hips down. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, send the weight back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send the weight back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send the weight back. Okay, inhale, come forward. Take the weight into the right foot. Adjust the position of the hands. Lift the left leg, supported warrior 3, or standing splits, whatever works for you. Think about the chest lengthening forward. Inhale, as we exhale, bending into both knees, tapping down behind the right foot, and then inhale, straight back up. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, tap down. Lost count. Inhale, straight back up. Exhale, tap down. This time we'll come all the way down, setting up for the twist. Bring the right hand behind you. Inhale, reach the left arm up, and then exhale, hook the elbow, gaze over the right shoulder. Any amount, left ribs press towards the inside of the right thigh. Can you draw that right shoulder back? Okay, inhaling to look forward, unwinding, bringing the hands back down, coming straight back into that standing splits, bending the knee, opening the knee out to the left, lift it as high as you can, lift up out of the right knee, and then from there, bring the left knee into the chest. Can you stand all the way up and bring the left knee to the chest, wobble, wobble, and then from there, bending into the right knee, crossing the left leg over, tucking the toes behind the calf if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Start to come a bit deeper into your eagle this time, and a little bit deeper. Try to keep the hips squaring forward. Can you start to think about squeezing the outer hips in and finding a little bit more length in the spine? Okay, from there we'll unhook, unwind, soften into the right knee as we reach back with the left leg and find crescent lunge. And then adjust it, do whatever you need to. Adjust the position of your feet, wobble around, do whatever. Okay, so you can stick with coming to the twist if you want to, and if your back is sensitive or you're not feeling it tonight, stick with the twist that we did on the first round. Otherwise, taking the arms out to the side, inhale, and then exhale, right arm under left, and we'll find eagle arms. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the elbows, and then as you exhale, come forward. So you can either lean on the thigh here or come on the inside of the right thigh and see how close down you can get your forearms. Try not to let the right hip really kick out to the side though, if you're doing this variation. So it's like a humble warrior, but with the crescent lunge back foot. So slightly different. Try to relax the head and neck. Keep squeezing the outer right hip in. Okay, it's going to require quite a lot of strength in the legs to inhale and come all the way back up to that eagle crescent. Wobble, wobble. And then inhale, exhale, warrior two, back of the mat. So all the way around to warrior two. Left foot faces the back of the mat. Keep that inner right thigh lifting. Shoulders down away from the ears. Shoulder blades press in. Gaze softly over your left middle finger. Okay, flipping the left palm up, inhale, reach forward, find length, and then as you exhale, up and back to reverse your warrior. Lift up out of the left hip. Inhale to come back to warrior two, exhale, sink deeper. Big inhale, and then exhale, hands come down, step back, downward facing dog or vinyasa. Up to you, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, runner's lunge, adjust, do what you need to. Let the hips sink down, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, send the weight back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward. Completely lost count. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come forward, runner's lunge. Adjust the position of your hands, take the weight into the left foot, standing splits or supported warrior three, whatever, lengthen the chest forward, reach away through the right big toe, inhale, exhale, bending into both knees, can you tap the knee down behind the left ankle, and then inhale, come back up, exhale, tap down, inhale, come back up, exhale, tap down, inhale, come back up, exhale, tap down, stay down, sit yourself down, left hand behind you, inhale, reach the right arm up, and then exhale for your twist, making it as deep or not as you want to. Left shoulder draws back, maybe the right side ribs can press a little bit more towards the inside of the left thigh. Okay, inhaling to look forward, unwinding, hands down, reaching the right leg straight up, supported warrior three or standing splits, and then lifting your leg to the right. Lift that right knee as high as you can. Lift up out the left hip. From there, bring the knee into the chest, and then we'll stand all the way up, wobble, wobble. And then softening into the left leg, cross the right leg over for your eagle legs. Come deeper if you can. Try to start squeezing the outer hips in. Can you find a little bit more length in your spine and come a little bit deeper and deeper. Okay, from here we'll unwind, softening the front knee to reach back and find crescent lunge. So again, your choice, you could come to the twist here if you wanted to avoid a humble warrior type thing. You could lean onto the thigh or whatever you choose. Take the arms out to the side. Inhale, left arm under this time, wrap the forearms. Inhale, exhale, come forward. So either lean onto the thigh or come on the inside. Try to keep the outer left hip hugging in and just come in as low as you comfortably can. Wobble, wobble. Legs are starting to feel it, I imagine. So adjust it if you need to. Keep squeezing the hips in to the midline. Okay, a lot of strength required in the left leg to wobble our way all the way up. And then big inhale. Exhale, warrior two, all the way at the front of the mat. So make it a nice deep warrior two. And then we'll reverse it. Flip the right palm up, inhale, reach forward, find length, and then as you exhale, up and back to reverse your warrior. Can you lift up out of that right hip any amount more? Okay, inhale back to warrior two, exhale, sink deeper. Big inhale, and then as we exhale, hands come down, step back, downward facing dog or vinyasa. Skip them if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back. Downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so calm your breath. 2, remember to soften around the base of your neck. 3, and you're pushing the mat away with your hands. 4, and 5. Okay, inhale, take the right leg up, bend the knee and open the hips to the right. So it's that yawning stretch for the hips. Keep drawing the right shoulder down. And then lift that right knee high up to the ceiling, flex the right foot and then press it into an imaginary wall on your right hand side. So aiming eventually to stack the right hip over the left. Try not to let that right shoulder jump up. Inhale, as we exhale, we'll square the hips back forward, bring the knee towards the nose and step the foot forward. This time we'll come to Warrior 1. So turn the left foot out and root it down, and then inhale, come all the way up for Warrior 1, and then sink into your Warrior 1, squaring the hips as much as you comfortably can. Remember, if it bothers your knee at the back or your low back, don't worry about that. Keep the lower ribs softening in, shoulder blades down the back. Maybe the palms come together, maybe you turn your gaze up. Seeing if you can maintain that evenness with your Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. Okay, from Warrior 1, we're going to inhale, straighten into the front leg, turn to the left to set up for Trikonasana. So adjust the feet, maybe make sure that you're lining up heel to arch, turn your hips and torso to the left. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then exhale to reach. Keep the right arm high, get as much length as you can between the hip and the underarm, and then hand anywhere down the shin. Left arm reaches up, Trikonasana. Any amount in your Trikonasana, can you draw the left side ribs back and press the right side ribs forward. So remember, if anything in triangle pose, we're leaning back, not forward. So notice if your chest is facing down and adjust it, maybe just don't come over so much. Okay, from there, looking down to the right foot, we're going to inhale and come straight into Warrior 2. So bending into the front knee, relaxing shoulders away from the ears, press the shoulder blades into the upper back. Come a little bit deeper into your Warrior 2 if you can. Keep lifting the inner left thigh, stay heavy in the tailbone. And then on the next inhale, we'll straighten into the front leg, turn to our left, turn the toes out and come to horse stance. I haven't done that this much lately, so this might well feel intense. Remember, don't be too wide with the feet here. So if you're really wide with the feet, it's hard to not let the knees collapse in. So just maybe come a little bit narrower and then press into the outer edges of the feet, sink deeper into the hips. But then can you start to squeeze the outer hips in and find more length up through the spine? Okay, with our hands on our thighs, inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then exhale, just bringing the right shoulder forward and gazing over the left. And then inhale, come back up, and then exhale, left shoulder forward, gazing over the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, same again, right shoulder forward, gazing over the left. Inhale, come back up, exhale, left shoulder forward, gazing over the right. Inhale, come back up, sink deeper. Now we'll take the arms out to the side, turn the palms up, and then really reach away through the fingertips as we sink deeper. Squeeze the outer hips in here, remember. Okay, inhaling to straighten into the legs, turn the right foot in, left foot faces the back of the mat, and then we'll come into Warrior 2. From Warrior 2, we'll inhale, reach forward with the left arm, find length, and then elbow to knee, and the right arm over, side angle pose. Can you lengthen the left side of your torso, draw the right side ribs back, press the left side ribs forward, and then maybe gaze up as well. Inner right thighs lifting, front knee is opening out. Okay, looking down to your left foot, inhale, press in, come to Warrior 2, and then sink deeper, Warrior 2. Big inhale there. As we exhale, hands come down, step back, straight to downward facing dog, or throw in a vinyasa, up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hips to the left. So that yawning stretch, keep drawing the left shoulder down, lift that left knee up, flex the left foot and press it into that imaginary wall on your right hand side, aiming eventually to stack that left hip over the right. So it's a really lovely hip opening stretch. Inhale, as we exhale, square the hips back forward, knee to the nose, step the foot forward, step the back foot up for Warrior 1, and then inhale, sweep the arms forward and up, and then sink into your Warrior 1. Outer left hip back, right hip forward, outer right heel down as well. Maybe you bring the palms together, maybe you wrap the triceps forward, gazing up if you're not too wobbly. In your warrior one, come a little bit deeper. Remember, if your knees bother you in warrior one, you can always do more crescent lunges if you want to. Okay, we're set up for Trikonasana, so straightening into the front leg, turning to the right, adjusting the feet, arms come out straight from the shoulders, inhale to find length, and then exhale, reach. Keep that length between the hip and the underarm. Stop wherever you need to, hand on the shin or anywhere down the leg, right arm reaches up. Check that your chest isn't facing down in your Trikonasana. Can you press those left side ribs forward and draw the right side ribs back and reach up through the right fingertips, staying with that nice ujjayi breath as well. Checking that the tailbone is pointing to the back of the right heel. Should have said that on the other side. Okay, looking down to the left foot, inhale, come straight into warrior two, and then sink deeper into warrior two. Okay, on the next inhale, we'll straighten the left leg, turn to the right, and then find horse stance. So hands onto the knees. Make sure the knees are pointing out over the toes. Adjust the width between your feet if you need to. Sink deeper. Squeeze the outer hips in. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Come a little bit deeper. Make sure your knees don't start to collapse forward. Okay, inhale. Exhale, left shoulder forward, gaze over the right. A little twist. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, right shoulder forward, gaze over the left. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, left shoulder forward, gaze over the right. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, right shoulder forward, gaze over the left. Inhale, come back up. And then take the arms straight out from the shoulders. Turn the palms up. Shoulder blades press into the upper back. Reach away through the fingertips. Come deeper. Keep squeezing the outer hips in here as well, remember, if you can. Okay, inhale, straighten into the legs. Left foot turns in, right foot to the front of the mat, warrior two. And then from warrior two, inhale, reach forward with the right arm, find length, and then elbow to knee, or a deeper version of this if you want to. Again, make sure the chest doesn't face down. Can you turn the chest? Left side ribs draw back, right side ribs press forward. Inner left thigh lift as well. You could always go for the bind here if you want to, or come deeper, your version, if you want to. Okay, looking down to your right foot, inhale, press in, come to warrior two, and then sink deeper into warrior two. Big inhale, and then as we exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog or vinyasa, up to you. Or child's pose, it is hot inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so just let your breath settle. 2, shoulder blades up your back. 3, can you spin your triceps back? 4, and 5. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale, right leg up, bend the knee, open the hips, yawning stretch. Keep drawing that right shoulder down. You're still pressing the mat away with the hands and trying to lift up out of the shoulders as much as you can. Imagine being more on the left-hand side that your right foot is pressing into. Inhale, as we exhale, square the hips back forward, step the foot forward, and then left foot turns out, root it down. Inhale for warrior one, and then sink into it. Always interchange with crescent lunge if you need to. Outer right hip back, left hip presses forward. If we're in warrior one, try to ground into the outer left heel, lower ribs softening, palms together. Maybe you start to gaze up as well. Depends how wobbly we're feeling. Okay, from here, straightening into the front leg, turning to the left, setting up for Trikonasana. So adjust the feet. Inhale to find length, exhale, reach. Both legs stay straight, remember. Right hand anywhere down, right shin, left arm up. Left side ribs back, right side ribs forward. Tailbone points to the back of the left heel. Actively reach out through the left fingertips. Okay, I'm going to throw in a little balance here because we know that I love to do that. So you don't need to do it if you don't want to, as always. Left hand to the hip, look down to the right foot, bring the right hand down, hop the back foot in, adjust the position of your right hand, and then find your half moon, lift the left leg as high as you can. I haven't left myself space again. And then maybe the left arm reaches up and you turn your chest. So eventually here, we're stacking the left hip over the right as well. Can you engage the left side of your torso to feel a little bit lighter in the lower hand? and then reach up through the left fingertips. And you might even start to think of whether you can lift that lower hand as well. Eventually we're meant to do that. Okay, challenging our balance if we want to as we come out of this. Left hand back to the hip, softening into the front knee, lift the right arm up, and then slowly reach back and come into that warrior two, and then make it a nice deep warrior two. Okay, from there, inhale, straightening into the right leg, turning to your left, adjusting the width of your feet to find your horse pose. Hands can rest on the knees, outer hips squeeze in, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Make sure your knees track out over your toes. Inhale, find length, exhale, right shoulder forward, look over the left. Inhale, come back up, exhale, left shoulder forward, look over the right. Inhale, come back up, right shoulder forward, look over the left. Inhale, come back up, left shoulder forward, look over the right. Inhale to come back up, sink deeper, bring the arms out, turn the palms up, reach away through the fingertips and come deeper. Shoulder blades press into the upper back, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Okay, inhale, straightening into the legs, right foot turns in, left foot to the back of the room. We'll come straight to side angle this time, so elbow to knee, and then the right arm up and over. Make it a deeper side angle if you want to, but make sure the chest doesn't point down. Keep turning the chest up towards the ceiling. Inner right thigh lifts, front knee opens out. Thinking about that right shoulder drawing away from the ear as well. Nice even ujjayi breath if you can. Okay, looking down to your left foot, inhale, press in, come to warrior two, and then exhale, sink deeper. Big inhale there, and then as we exhale, hands down, skipping the vinyasa if you want to, or coming through your vinyasa, up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. We'll take 3 breaths before we do the other side. So let your breath settle. 1, soften around the base of your neck. 2, outer upper arms spin back, and 3, okay, inhale, left leg up, bend the knee, open the hips to the left, just stacking them as much as you can. Left shoulder draws down, pushing them out away with the hands, that left foot as well, pressing it over to the right as much as you can. Inhale, exhale, square the hips back forward and step the foot forward. Step the right foot up for warrior one, and then inhale, come up for warrior one, and then sink into it. Outer left hip back, right hip forward, back of the right thigh back, lower ribs in, palms together if you can, gazing up if you can. It's quite wobbly, isn't it? Warrior one, come deeper if you can into your warrior one. Okay, inhale, straighten into the front leg, turning to your right, set up for Trikonasana. And just make sure I've got space to do the balance. Line up, heel to arch. Inhale, find length, exhale, reach. Keep that left arm high. Get as much length as you can between the underarm and the hip, and then hand comes down, right arm reaches up, right side ribs draw back, left side ribs press forward, fingertips up to the ceiling, tailbone points to the back of the right heel, so that you're not sticking your bum back there. Okay, right hand to hip, balance if you want to or not, bending into the left knee, hand comes down, hop the back foot in, adjust the position of your left hand, and then the right leg lifts just as high as you can. Eventually level with the hips if you can, and then reaching the right arm up, turning the chest. Can you engage the right side of your torso and get a little bit lighter in your left fingertips? Try not to sort of drop into the left hip either, so you want to lift up out of the left hip if you can. Okay, challenge your balance coming out of this. Right hand back to the hip, softening into the front knee, lifting the lower arm, and in slow motion, whoops, wobble wobble, crash land, back into warrior two, and then sink deeper into your warrior two. And then big inhale from there. Oh no, sink deep into warrior two. That's because I've just fallen over. I've completely lost the plot of where we are. Okay, so from our warrior two, we're going to turn to the right and find horse stance. So come a little bit narrow with the feet. Make sure the knees bend out over the toes. And then sink deeper into your hips. Squeeze the outer hips in, lengthen up through the crown of the head, remember. Okay, inhale, exhale, left shoulder forward goes over the right. Inhale, come back up, and then exhale, right shoulder forward, look over the left. Inhale, come back up, left shoulder forward, look over the right. Inhale, come back up, right shoulder forward, look over the left. Inhale, come back up, reach the arms out, turn the palms up, press the shoulder blades into the upper back, come deeper, squeeze the outer hips in, find more length in the spine. Don't let the knees start to collapse forward. Okay, and then inhale, straighten into the legs, left foot turns in, right foot to the front of the mat, comes straight into side angle, elbow to knee, left arm over, draw the left side ribs back, press the right side ribs forward, gazing up if you can. Inner left thigh lifts up as well, front knee opens out, left shoulder draws away from the ear, but you're still reaching through the fingertips. Settling your breath down if you can. Okay, looking down to your right foot, inhale, press in, come to warrior two, and then exhale, sink deeper. Big inhale there, and then as you exhale, hands come down, step back, downward facing dog or vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so you can drop the knees and take a break if you need to, remember. 2, try to just maintain that nice fluidity of breath in and out through the nose. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, from here, inhale, look forward, step, hop, float, or walk forward. And then once you're at the front of your mat, forward bend. Okay, we'll come into a few breaths in Uttanasana. So remember, you need to have your knees bent here, have the knees bent. Doesn't matter. What matters is the sensation that you have in the back of your legs and your low back. So contact between the abdomen and ribs and the thighs is good, especially if our back is sensitive. And you might want to take the elbows here, come into ragdoll pose, and just sway around a little bit if you want to. A little bit of movement. You can nod the head yes, shake it no. So letting everything settle down, let your breath settle. And then from here, we'll release the arms, fingertips to the mat, come straight into chair pose, Utkatasana. Check that both knees do the same thing. They're pointing over second and third toes, upper arms lift, sit bones to the backs of the knees, lower ribs soften in, come deeper into your chair if you can. And again, come deeper. Okay, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, turn into your left, hooking the elbow to the outside of the left knee, but keep the right knee drawing back. And then press the hands together to open the chest. Extra pressure with the left hand, draw that left shoulder back. Maybe you'll turn your gaze up over it, if that feels okay with your neck. Same thing here though, right side ribs press forward, left side ribs draw back. Keep that right knee drawing back though. Okay, inhale, center. Exhale, twisting the other side. Left knee draws back. Press that right hand into the palm. Draw the right shoulder back. Left side ribs press forward. Right side ribs draw back. Keeping the breath nice and even. Okay, inhaling to come back to center. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to find your way back to downward facing dog, however you want to. So skip the vinyasas if you wish. Inhale. Upward facing dog or cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, exhale stepping forward, turn the left foot out, root it down, and then inhale warrior one, exhale sink into it, outer right hip back, left hip forward, all of that stuff. So remember, please stick to a crescent here if these bother your knees or your back. If warrior one, it's a little bit more intense, isn't it, warrior one? So you can always stick to crescent. Okay, shoulder blades down, palms together, maybe you wrap the triceps forward. Okay, from here we will come to crescent anyway. So pivot to the ball of the foot, back foot. Give yourself a moment to adjust and settle. And then from here, inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. On the next inhale, take all of the weight into the right foot, come straight into that eagle, legs again. Tucking the left toes maybe around the back of the right calf, and then we'll reach the arms up. Soften the low ribs in, sink a little bit deeper into your eagle legs. And a little bit deeper. And squeeze the outer hips in, remember. So you want to try to find as much engagement as you can in the outer hips here. So you're lengthening up through the crown of the head, and then you're sinking a bit deeper as well if you can. Okay, inhale, straightening into the right leg, bring the left knee into the chest. We're going to release the hands down, take hold of the left ankle and find a tree pose from there. So left foot to the inside of the calf or the thigh. Remember, don't put pressure on your knee. And then maybe you bring the hands to heart center. Maybe you take the arms up above the head. Okay, from here, we're going to take it to the right knee and come into that upright eagle, balancing eagle, hands to heart center, lift the chest, come deeper. Keep that left foot a little bit flexed there as well. Keep lifting the chest. Maybe you can sink a bit deeper into your right knee. And then inhale, we'll straighten into the right leg, bring the left knee back into the chest. Exhale, step it back, crescent lunge. Big inhale in your crescent, and then exhale, bring the hands down, step it back, downward facing dog or vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one first, unless it bothers your knee, in which case you can go straight to crescent if you want to, sink into the front knee, outer left hip back, right hip forward, shoulder blades down, lower ribs in, palms together, wrap the triceps forward, maybe you gaze up. Make it a nice deep warrior one. It's really strong for the hip flexors, isn't it, on the right thigh? So warrior one if you can, and ground into that outer right heel. Okay, from there you'll convert to a crescent. Wobble, wobble. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest and take the weight into the left foot. Come straight into eagle legs. I'm very wobbly tonight. Do not look at me. Arms up, sink deeper. Try to squeeze the outer hips in and find even more length with your spine. Find that engagement. So we don't want to just get to a pose and kind of just hang out there. You want to find the engagement in the pose. Feel the whole of the pose. Can you come deeper? Okay, from there we'll straighten into the left leg and cross. Bring the right knee into the chest. Release the hands. Find tree pose. The foot can come to the inner thigh or the calf. Hands to heart center, maybe you reach the arms up to you. Okay, same here, we want to squeeze the outer hips in and find length up through the crown of the head. Okay, hands down, taking the right ankle again, softening into the left knee, flex the right foot, place it over the left knee. And then that's a variation of pigeon pose. Remember to keep that right foot a little bit flexed. Lift the chest and sink deeper. Wobble, wobble. And deeper. Okay, inhaling to straighten into the left leg, bring the right knee into the chest. You can take the arms up if you want to, and then exhale, finding your way back to crescent. Wobble, wobble. And then when you get back to crescent, inhale, exhale, hands down, step back, straight to downward facing dog or vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, calm your breath straight away. 2, draw your shoulder blades up your back. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, inhale, look forward, step, hop, float, or walk forward. And then once you're there, forward bend. Inhale, come straight up into chair pose. So fingertips to the mat can make it a nice deep chair. And then we're staying in chair. So make sure that both knees do the same thing. Shoulder blades down the back, lower ribs softening. Sit bones to the backs of the knees, get that hamstring engagement. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Right knee draws back. Press the palms together and turn. Can you draw the left side ribs back? Press the right side ribs forward. Maintain that nice evenness with the breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn the other way. Keep drawing the left knee back. Turn the chest. Left side ribs forward, right side ribs back. Open the right shoulder as well, if you can. Okay, inhale back to center. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, making your way to downward facing dog, however you want to. Inhaling for a back bend of your choice. And then exhale back. Downward facing dog, inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Turn the left foot out, root it down. Warrior one. On an inhale, come up. Outer right hip back, left hip forward. Shoulders down, ribs in. Palms together maybe. Wrap the triceps forward. Convert to crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, taking the weight into the right foot, eagle. legs. Reach the arms up, and even worse that time. Don't look at me. Okay, then from eagle, straighten into the right leg, take the left foot, bring the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Glad I've got the wall in front of me tonight, and then hands to heart center, or arms up. And then from there, releasing, take hold of the ankle, bend into the right knee, flex the left foot, rest it over above the right knee, palms together, lift the chest. Well done. Keep lifting the chest, maybe come a bit deeper. And then inhaling to straighten into the right leg, left knee into the chest. Exhale, find your way back, crescent lunge, arms up. Inhale, crescent lunge, exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog or vinyasa. Or not, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it forward, setting up for warrior one first, or straight to crescent if you prefer. Making it a nice deep warrior one, outer left hip back, palms together, triceps wrap forward, sink deeper. Pivot to the ball of the foot, back foot. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, weight into the left foot, eagle legs. Arms up if you can, or hands to heart center. I think it's worse facing a wall, that's my excuse. Okay, straightening into the left leg, find your tree pose. Give it a moment to settle when you get there. Okay, and then from there, taking the right ankle again, bend the left knee, flex the right foot to find that upright pigeon, chest lifts. Deeply bending into that left knee if you can, keep that little bit of flexion in that right foot. And then from there, arms up, straightening into the left leg, right knee into the chest, inhale, exhale, stepping it back, crescent lunge. Wobble, wobble. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward facing dog or vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale back, downward facing dog, take 5 breaths. 1, so let your breath settle. 2, shoulder blades up your back. 3, can you send the weight back to your outer heels? 4, and 5. Okay, from downward facing dog, just bringing your way forward, bringing yourself forward into a plank pose. And then the knees can come down straight away as always, otherwise inhaling your plank. And then as we exhale, we'll bring the knees down, we'll tuck the elbows in, and we'll lower as slowly as we can. Think about the chest lengthening forward, keep the elbows hugging right in. Come all the way down to your front. And then once you've come all the way down to your front, just bring the arms down by your side of your body, let the shoulder heads roll forward, heels drop out. Take a break just for a moment. Nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. And again, nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Okay, as always, stick to a baby cobra here if you want to. You can always come to Sphinx pose as well if you want to. So if our backs are sensitive, just take it really gently with these. Otherwise, we're going to do some Salabhasana, so it's completely up to you. Make them as intense or not as you want to. Okay, so for the version of Salabhasana, we're going to turn the, outwardly rotate the shoulders so that the palms face down, and then walk the fingertips a little bit further away. Start to think about the pubic bone pressing down. Start to think about lengthening the sit bones to the backs of the heels. A little bit of pressure into the tops of the feet, so you start to get that engagement with the legs. Shoulder heads lift up, shoulder blades in, and then head and shoulders come up. Keep drawing the shoulder blades in towards each other, maybe the fingertips walk a bit further. And then if you want to, you lift the legs as well. Make yourself long in your Salabhasana. Think about lengthening out through the crown of the head, reaching away through the toes. Keep it as a cobra or a half variation if you want to. Maybe you can come up a little bit higher, maybe the fingertips will walk a bit further. Keep bringing the shoulder heads up. Inhale and then exhale to lower, come down, rest, shoulder heads roll forward, heels drop out, just completely rest. Take a nice big inhale and a nice big exhale. And again, nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Okay, from here we'll come to a a child's pose. So hands below the shoulders, push up, and then bring the knees as wide as you comfortably can, toes together, and then hips back to the heels, walking the arms forward. Remember to use props if you need to. If your bum doesn't come all the way to the heels, it's nice to pad that out. You could use a blanket or your blocks or whatever, cushions, so that you can completely relax. And same with the head. If your head's not comfortably coming down, just use a block so that you can completely relax the weight of your head and neck. Relax your shoulders, release your jaw, and just let everything settle down. Let your low back soften. Let your shoulders relax. Okay, on the next inhale, we'll come back up to all fours. And then from all fours, take the shins to one side and find your bum. And then once you've found your bum, we're going to bring the legs straight out in front of us. Well done. It's quite hot tonight, isn't it, in Indian summer. Okay, bring the legs straight out and then take the flesh away from your sit bones. Hands down by your hips, sit up nice and tall, Dandasana, staff pose, stick pose. Try to get the backs of the thighs moving down as much as you can. And try to get that happening as evenly as you can. And then can you lift the chest, upper arms come back, shoulder blades are still drawing down the back. Lengthen up through the crown of the head. Maybe think about lengthening the distance between your heels and your sit bones. Not so much though that the heels lift, especially if you have that tendency to hyperextend the knees. Just don't do it too much. Lift the chest. Okay, if you can maintain all of that and bring the arms up, we'll bring the arms up. Inhale there, exhale, twisting to your right. Left hand to the outside of the right knee, right arm behind. Inhale to lengthen up, exhale to rotate any amount. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, rotate. Inhale, lengthen, exhaling to rotate. And then maybe press that right shoulder blade into the upper back to open that right shoulder a little bit more. Turning the gaze last, as always. Okay, inhaling to come back forward, bring the arms up. And then exhale, twist the other way. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind. Inhale, find length. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, find length. Exhale, rotate. Remember, try not to use the hands to crank it. Inhale, find length. Exhale to rotate. Left shoulder blade press into the upper back. And then maybe you can turn a little bit more. Don't kind of crane the neck and don't use the hands to crank it. That's always the tempting thing. And then inhaling to look forward, exhaling to release. Okay, inhale, bring the arms out, around and up again. And we'll come into a forward bend here, but caution for those of us with bad backs. You always keep softness in the knees if you need to. Try to pay attention to the sensation that you have, so you don't need to come that far. Inhale to lift the chest, really reach up, cinch the waist in, and then exhale, come forward with the chest. Try to keep the back as straight as you can. As soon as you need to stop, stop, hands come down, take the ankles, the feet, the shins, whatever, relax the shoulders, and then inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, fold any amount. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And then exhale to fold. And then just relax your shoulders, soften your head, your neck. And just easing your way forward there. Letting everything settle back down. Okay, on the next inhale, lift your head, exhale to release. Bend your right knee, cross the right leg over to the outside of the left knee, bring the foot a little bit closer back to the hip, similar to the twist we were doing at the beginning. Hook your left arm around the right knee, bring your right arm behind, inhale, find length, exhale to rotate. And again, inhale, find length, exhale, rotate. Inhale, find length, exhale, rotate. Resist the temptation to crank it, turn your head last. Right shoulder blade may be compressed into the upper back, and you draw that shoulder a bit further back. Inhaling to look forward, exhaling to release. Switch, bend the left knee, cross it over, and then hooking the elbow, left arm comes behind you. Inhale, find length, exhale, rotate. Inhale, find length, exhale, rotate. Inhale, find length, exhale, rotate. Turn your gaze last. Don't crank it, tempting as it is. Okay, and then inhaling to look forward, exhaling to release and cross. We'll come down onto our backs. So I know that a few of us have bad or sensitive backs. And the lying down twists are a little bit more intense for your back. Upright twists are a little bit kinder. So that's why I've done a couple of those tonight. Take hands around the shins or behind the thighs, or you can reach forward with the arms. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly come down. Support yourself if you need to. See if you can find the hard bit and stay there. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Maybe you can challenge yourself and hang out a little bit. Pushing into the feet helps you as well. And then coming all the way down. And once you've come all the way down, bring the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe knee circles or side to side. A little bit of a back massage. And then from there, just bringing the soles of the feet together and coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana, just briefly. Let the knees drop out to the side. And you could take cactus arms if you wanted to, or rest the hands on the abdomen, or arms up above your head. So whatever feels nice. And just relax into your hips there for a moment. Okay, optional extra from here if you want it. We're going to come into half happy baby with the right leg, but leave the left leg where it is. So lifting up the right foot, you can take behind the knee, or you can bring the arm on the inside, take the outer edge of the foot, and draw that right knee to your underarm. Left hand could rest on the inside of the left thigh. To make that more intense, you might not want to do that. So up to you. But draw that right knee as close to your underarm as you can. So hip flexors and hamstrings, just a nice stretch for those. Okay, take another breath. Release the right foot back to Supta Baddha Konasana just for a moment. Let that right hip settle. And then same thing on the other side. So you can either take behind the knee or take the foot and leave the right foot where it is. You can rest the right hand on the inside of the right thigh if you want to. Okay, these muscles tend to be really tight if we have a bad back. So even though you might be cursing me for this now, it might be quite nice for your back. Okay, take another breath and then release. Bring the left foot to meet the right. Come back into that Supta Baddha Konasana just for a moment. And then helping the knees up with the hands, bring the knees back into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze again. Maybe wrap the forearms around the shins. Bring the head and shoulders up, really squeeze. Try to make yourself as small as you possibly can. Inhale and then exhale to release to your Savasana. So knees can stay bent if they need to, or stretch the legs away. And then adjust. If you need to, maybe you pick the upper body up, bring the shoulder blades a bit closer in, and then let the upper body relax back down. Maybe you reach your way through the inner heels and then let the feet flop out. But wherever you are, relax. Soften your abdomen. Relax your facial muscles. And just let go. Completely. And now slowly bringing your awareness back. Gently moving fingers and toes. Taking a nice long inhale, having a stretch. Spiral arms up overhead, maybe interlace fingers, have a full body stretch. You could bend up the knees, draw them into your chest, give yourself a hug, take a twist. So whatever feels nice, any move, any stretch. And then when you're ready, just making your way to your right hand side. And back up to seated when you're ready. So any seated position, cross legs or not, as always. And then we'll bring our hands together in front of the heart. Relax your shoulders. Soften your facial muscles. And just observing how everything feels. Taking a nice long inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Namaste. Thank you. Well done. Happy Monday. Sorry about the last week. I think it looks like a fixed Zoom as well. I'm quite pleased with myself. And I'll be Thornton Hall early morning, and then back here not so early morning. It looks like we're carrying on like this, doesn't it? I don't know what's going to happen. So I might put some more beginner type classes on if you know people who wanted, because I think it's a bit much for a lot of beginners, isn't it? So I'm going to do some beginner stuff as well. Yeah, looks like it for the foreseeable. We'll see. I'll be there tomorrow, Joe, Angie.
You're back at 9 in the morning.
Yes. I'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a lovely evening.
Thanks, Caroline. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.